Hello again, my friends. Today, on this edition of Icon, we are test driving Icon number 102. Yay! In particular, this is a 1974 FJ40 that's been obviously extensively modified and turned into an Icon FJ44. Truck's feeling pretty good, so let's take it out without any further ado and talk about it ever so briefly. I was out of town in the Mid-East for a couple, almost 2 weeks. So it's been a busy week for videos. I came back to production chugging away at a nice pace and a bunch of trucks ready to rock. So this one only has 89 test miles on it so far. Usually we'll put 500 or 600 miles on them before we allow them to head off to their final homes, because they're hand built. The reality is there's always a rattle or a leak or something that is part of our quality control. We find that this test drive phase is really imperative. So let's talk through the details. Sand tan Icon powder coat signature finish on the Aqualoo manufactured 5052 H32 5/32 thick unannealed aluminum body construction. We are running the full insulated soft top using CAD/CAM pull bent and sheet metal stamped steel components that are powder coated. And then the top is hand tailored on the truck, on the actual truck for precision. And that's 2 layers of 3-ply Hearts canvas. And then sandwiched in between those is a 1/8 thick marine rated waterproof jute packing material, which is just a great insulatory barrier. Helps the AC work better and keeps the noise down inside of the cabin. Mechanically, we're running the 5.7 390 horse 420 torque LS aluminum fuel injected V8. We're running power steering and AC, of course, as always. And then we are running, well, I guess you know all the standard stuff. Ace & Warner AX15 manual 5-speed transmission with a hydraulic clutch assembly. Then that sends power through to the Atlas 2 twin stick shift on the fly part-time 4-wheel drive transfer case. Axles, Dana Dynatrack rear Pro Rock high pinion, Dana 60 based unit, and in the front running a 44 based assembly by Dynatrack. That's been upgraded internally to superior axles with the fine spline and other nice details. Running the ARB locking differentials with a dedicated air compressor. And we're running the Icon Sport Brakes designed by Brembo with the further optional Hydro Boost assist for power assist instead of relying on a vacuum booster. Moving through to exterior utility options, we're running the Warn winch with the Viking and ARB recovery gear pack. We're running the auxiliary lights front and rear. And we're running the new Icon aluminum rear view mirrors. Really like those. What do you guys think? I think they're a big improvement over the originals, both in appearance and in functionality. We're running the Icon full-length removable roof rack with the rear ladder. Notes on that, it's kind of a cool design. You might notice here above me, the roof rack is attached to the roll cage and is independent from the soft top. So the idea there is if you wanted to remove your complete soft top skin and frame, you could then reattach the roof rack and maintain that provision. So it's kind of a nice detail to have. On the inside, we are running Icon standard bucket seats, total of 4, all with the carbon fiber seat heaters. Also running the Chilowich textile option, which includes the seat inserts and the floor mats. Cargo area, unique again, just like number 101. This one has a false rear floor deck, under which the idea is there's a more secure and hidden area for storage. In particular, This truck is being built for I believe it's a duck hunt camp. So we took the original Vector logo art for that camp from our client and had these nifty exterior badges machined and applied to the truck. And that cargo area provision is related to the utilities specific to how the client's going to use the truck, which is how we like to roll. Let's see what else. The Icon Sport pedals, the Icon fire extinguisher, the new and improved stainless steel center console with the gas shock lid, the subcompartment for audio, wherein lies the Pioneer NEX 8100 unit, kick-ass unit, CarPlay, all that good stuff. We also added a reverse camera in the particular case of this truck, and then the lightning cable link and Bluetooth. What else? Oh yeah, center console in the rear. Because there was no rear cargo, we discussed that with the client, and he liked the idea of having that additional storage space and center console armrest. And that's pretty much it. So, as always, thank you so much for taking the time to get to know my brand and understand all the details that we like to think makes our projects worthy. Any questions, please call us. The shop number is 818-280-3333. Website, icon4x4.com. Find yourself in Southern California, you're more than welcome to come for a visit of our facility. There's all sorts of wacky projects going down at any given moment. Instagram is icon4x4. Twitter is Icon Customs. And Facebook is simply Jonathan Ward. We do have an Icon page, but I don't know, it's kind of boring. All the fun's on my personal page. So thanks again. Really appreciate you taking the time. Be well.